Zaytown Tone presents. What's the TNSC? What's the TNSC? What's the TNSC? Fuck what you heard about us, cause we the best on the map. One thing we all got in common, we don't play by our respect. Something ain't with all that talking, Greenwood ain't with all the fake. They talk real shit in McCormick, you might get killed down in Aiken. If you like crazy motherfuckers, Buford bitch is the best. Gotta be cautious in Charleston, they snap like flutter effect. They never lacking in Gaffney, Florence hoes run up a check. Cause all the beef in Columbia about some one baby dad. When you hit Florence, you'll know it, cause they stay blowing the gas. Kershaw bitches pull up quickly, yo, if they action, you addy. The Carolina stay ready, trust and believe we repair it. And if your ass a little scary, then please don't move to Newberry. Niggas real chill, that's from Greer. Man, shit gets real in Greenville. See, that's why in Turbeville, they lock your ass up for real. Cold winters in Somerville, Lake City don't got no chill. You need insurance in Lawrence, you might get lost.
What's up? What is the TSC? I am sitting here at 88 Studios this evening. Right now, I got Mr. Zaytown Tone with me in here right now, y'all. Listen, I met Zay about a year ago. He was doing the Birds of a Feather tour, and we were in Sumter. And the one thing, when I walked into the room, I had never seen him before, had no clue who he was just yet. But when I walked into the room, his energy automatically grabbed me. Like, you knew instantly that, okay, this is the person in the room I'm supposed to be talking to right now. Like, hi, how are you? You know what I'm saying? So that energy has followed me over time. We've done a lot of work together. And you guys, when I say this is probably one of the most genuine people that I've worked with so far in this business, this is definitely a very genuine person. Artists, tap in, pay attention, and listen to what he got to say. What's up?
What's up?
Ain't much, man. It's about you. Tell the people what you got going on, who you are, where you from. Give it to them.
Zaytown Tone, check it in. I'm from Camden, South Carolina. I work directly with Zay. I do all the record work, marketing, A&R work. Basically, I'm the closest thing you're going to get to Zay. But what I want to talk about today is basically the brand that I'm building. You know, like I said, I love Zay. Shout out to Zay. Shout out to Al Newt. But right now, it's about Zaytown.
Talk that thing then. Tell us what you got going. I know you got the plugged in mixtape going about 30K strong, right?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I drop it, and on God, I ain't put no money into anything. I dropped it on SoundCloud, and the song just took over. I woke up, I'm like 25K. Then the next person got like a 5K. Like, and I ain't put no money into it or anything. Oh, so I'm just like, oh man, I think I got something special going on now.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's definitely
like
what it
time
sounds
to get in
like.
the streets now.
Hey, that's major, and that's shout out to all the artists that's a part of that, man. Shout out to DJ Surplus as well. Now that's dope right there. When you can actually put in that work, just straight footwork, you know what I'm saying? No money. This is what I be talking about. A lot of artists, they love to ask me, you know what I'm saying? I don't got a lot of money to do this. I don't have. One thing y'all gotta understand, when you got that dedication, when you got that consistency, when you got that grind behind you, man, I promise you, you can keep them hundreds for them performances. Work your way there. Hard work beats talent when talent lacks hard work, and that's when you got to beat the pavement with your feet. That's when you got to get out there and work. So shout out to y'all for that, because that's major.
Yeah. Like I said, it surprised me. I was like, what? And I was like, man, shit, it's time to go ahead and lock in. But I knew that because I'm very inspired by Bigger Rankin, so I was studying him. Like, I just took the last month off just to kind of study and learn the industry and learn how to move effectively in industry. And one thing he's teaching me is these young kids, you know what I'm saying, you got to really lock into what they doing. Like, you can't just be like, I used to be like, when I first started doing, like, man, I don't like that music. But I'm like, shoot, I'm trying to do what they doing because they very creative and stuff like that. So I learned a lot of stuff from the young kids. And like I said, with this project, I was like, Surplus, do your thing. You choose whoever you want to choose. Because I'm not really into the music. I'm more into, do you believe in yourself?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everything else will fall into place. Good music will come. Good, shows and all that will come. But do you believe in yourself? So that's why I'm just like, real inspired by this project. But I'm about to start moving like these rappers out here, these young kids out here, for real.
Telling you,
because they is really doing it. And especially with the industry and music execs, we have to transition over.
Right.
We can't sit behind a computer, and we gotta be out there in the streets and show them and stuff like that. So that's why, like, I'm putting money behind this project. Like, I'm for
That's
real.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I definitely get what you're saying, because even as a manager, you know what I'm saying, I got 4 artists and plus a producer, and I have a photographer. The dopest part that I always tell my photographer is, you know, you're still really young, so you have a more pure eye on the world than what I have right now. You capture different visions. So I got to listen to you to figure out, you know what I'm saying, my next step, even with my artists. Y'all are winning right now. So when we shut it down, the one way that I saw we could still stay out there was to bring a dancer, which is why I brought on Polo, because he's a choreographer and a dancer. We launched the Crank Challenge. Lil Gordon song Cranking. Oh my God.
Yeah, I seen it. It's a lot of movement in the song.
Yeah. Look, I be out there like, hold on, how y'all do this?
There's a lot of movement.
I said, look, I ain't even about to try no more. You do your dance, because I can't do it.
I can't do it. I seen it. I was like, oh man. But
it's caught on so crazy, just like you said, like keeping up with the trend. It's caught on. So that was my eye opener during the quarantine. I had to stop for a second, like, hold on. These first 30 seconds caught like that. I might got something here, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm with you on that one. I'm definitely with you on that one. Consistency, y'all. I'm telling you, that consistency,
yes.
And come up with a solid marketing plan, whether it involves money or not. Come up with something solid and stick with it. I don't care how bad your days look. You gotta stick with it, and you gotta believe in what you got. You gotta trust your process. You can't base it on the next.
But it's crazy because a lot of artists think that you need a lot of money. Sometimes a person might look at you like, man, this kid crazy, man. He out here doing this stuff, and man, let me lock in and see what he doing. So a lot of times they think, oh, it's money. Sometimes it's just a relationship. Let me see what you doing. Let me see how hard you going for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you know, you can't always equate. I had a problem with this because I was doing all these events. I wasn't really getting no money like that. But I said, I got to stop equating money to success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was just happy, like, wow, to even be on a music conference. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to be like, I never talked to 200, 300 artists. You know what I'm saying? So for me to even get on that scale, I didn't even care about the money. I was like, okay, well, I got something. Let me build off that. And even with this mixtape, I looked at it, I was like, okay, I got some numbers. Okay, let me build off that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm just happy to even just build. Like, even if one person listened, I would have been like, well, let me see how can I get 2 people to listen?
Right.
How can I get 4 or 5? I can't sit here and say, like, and be somebody in the music industry and tell an artist what to do if I'm not doing it myself. Right. So that's why I said with this project, I wasn't just going to throw it up on it, because I hate when artists do that. Just throw it up there, no promo or anything, expect it to sell. I'm like, no, I'm going to put the money into it. I'm going to show them. And you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying with Bigger, like he's seen people put 60,000, get 10K back in bookings and stuff like that. So if you put the money into it and you put the time and invest in yourself, you're going to reap the rewards.
Definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. That was very well said, because y'all know if I had to say it, would have been a few little bleeps in there. But yeah, what he said,
definitely will reap the reward.
So with saying that, what are some of the things when you're out here and you're looking to work with different artists, or you're looking to help grow the next artist, or just even in terms of, you know, those things when you reach out to DJ Surplus and said, do your thing. Was there a certain sound that you're going for? Is there a certain look that you're going for? Like what is it that's going to spark your attention, that's going to make you say, he might have something there?
With Surplus, like I said, he be in the streets. He listen to a lot of
that may
stuff.
Be the streets.
He listen, yes, and he promoted stuff. And at first I used to look at him like, man, I get tired. But I like, man, he got something that works. And when I seen was his hard work. But when I told him, like, let's go ahead and put this project together, like, I was like, man, bro, do your thing. And like, even I hit him up today, like, yo, we shooting a video for it. I'm gonna shoot the video for it. I'm finna be in the clubs and doing everything. Like, I'm finna start moving like these rappers and stuff like that.
Hey,
but like I said, because I can't just be like, oh, well, you know, at the end of the day, Zaytoven is gonna get me but so far. You feel me? And I have to build my own name and build my own platform, because at the end of the day, I never came into the industry wanting to be a music exec or anything. I actually came in with producing, engineering, but now I feel like my calling is different. It's like to really help these artists, because a lot of times the older people or the guys in the industry, they kind of like down these kids and everything. Yeah. And I don't be liking that. You know what I'm saying? Even when I do these music reviews and everything, they're like, bro, do you even say anything bad about an artist's music? I'm like, nah, like, I just can't because it's just like
find a nice way to say
yeah. I just feel like because the way everything transitioned, even with the music, like a lot of these guys is taking their music, they're recording it, and they drop. You know, they'll go from the studio and drop it, but I guess they're going for a gritty trap sound. So I can't even tell the artist now, like, as long as you get your stuff mixed and mastered, because a lot of times that's the sound they're looking for.
Right.
So long as they like, they love their art. That's how I look at it. That's their art. So I can't tell nobody how to do their art.
And see, what you just said kind of reminded me of a little bit of how Wu-Tang got started. When Wu-Tang was getting their start, everybody was telling them, no, the music sounds dirty. It doesn't sound right. It's not hitting in my speakers. And whole time, you know, they're like, nah, don't mix and master my track. I want it to sound like it came out the basement. I want it to sound like that because you feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, music is a frequency. It's a vibration. So you can feel the pain. You can feel the happiness. You can feel everything that somebody puts into a track and be able to have the ear to hear that, hear somebody else's passion, pain, love, and happiness in their music and be able to relate and feel that. That's a beautiful thing. That's what makes you an artist versus the rapper, in my opinion, to be able to make people understand and relate and feel you. So, and I've watched you out here. I've watched you take the stage. I've watched you be in the background and be like, don't y'all bring me that microphone.
But that's what I said. I got to start moving like them now. I'm like, shoot, because they got to know what I do, and they got to know that I'm serious, and I can't. That's what I said. You have to lead by example. I can't sit there and tell them like, oh well, I'm shy. I don't want to talk in front of people. And
this is the same person who was telling me, you gotta own it, Dejan. You gotta talk to people, Dejan. You gotta get on the mic, Dejan. And now look who finally doing the interview.
I'm telling you, like, I have grown so much. I didn't even care about the money this last year not making. Right. I just wanted to grow as a person and like, yo, now I'm comfortable getting behind the mic, or I'm comfortable talking, or I'm comfortable with my own style. A lot of them people in the industry, they might look at me like, man, what is this kid doing? But I like what I do, and I'm comfortable with what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them guys, they're not getting in the streets with these kids. You know, they're just, like I said, they'll get behind, do those music reviews, and they'll down them and stuff like that. And it's like they're not even leaving inspired or anything. You know, and I don't like doing that. That's why, like, anything you come to me and tell me, I'll co-sign anything. As long as you ain't out here talking about killing no kids or anything crazy thing, I'll co-sign anything you're doing, especially with music or anything, because even with what I'm doing, it's an art. So I expect them to, to do their thing with their art.
That's a fact. That's all facts. And literally, just I've watched passion just drive some of the people around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took a few weeks myself to just kind of sit back and analyze some of those people whose steps are actually worth following. Even as a leader, you still have to know how to be a student. So when it comes to certain people like you and Mogul and just a lot of different people that I pay attention to that are really schlon, and oh my God, it's so many people, y'all, out here from South Carolina and in South Carolina that's just making a difference. And whether you know it or not, people are always watching. You never know who you might be inspiring. We never know who this interview right here might touch, and you might get up and say, you know what, I'm about to go back at it. So shouts out to you. Shouts out to your platform. Shout out to what you provide out here for these independent artists. They appreciate it. As a manager over 4 different artists, I appreciate it, because those are the things that we need to be able to tap into and say, hey, can we get some help here?
But it's so crazy though, because it's like how you just said that. People like, what are my biggest inspiration? It's people that I see on a day-to-day basis. Cause like I might learn something from you, but I might learn something from Carlos. I might learn something from the person who's shooting the video back there. So I'm inspired by everybody. And as long as you're telling me something good, I take everything in consideration, so I don't sit there and be like, oh, this person my inspiration. It's people that I see on a day-to-day basis. Zay or Nuke, somebody who just who really took me and molded me, because I didn't understand the industry coming in. Like a lot of these people, they were doing the music industry for 20 plus years or something like that. And so, and they didn't really have no OGs and so I'm blessed to get in a situation where I got some OGs around me and stuff like that to teach me and grow. Cause a lot of times I was moving and like, Tone, you can't move like that. You gotta move like this. You know what I'm saying? To take your time, learn, build your brand first. See, a lot of these artists don't understand, they want it overnight. But see, now I'm like, I'd rather build my brand up so I can be I can be 56 years old and I can do an intro and still get that bag. If you're 56 years old and still getting a bag, so that's somebody who I'm looked at like, oh wow, I gotta learn from. Or Zay, I can look at Zay like, okay, this is why Zay act the way he act, because now he can do stuff. And I want to be as raw, very raw, but he can be with the white people, you know what I'm saying, and get that white people money. Exactly. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand is there's a lot of money out there. He does stuff with, he can do stuff with Christianity. He can do stuff with, like with so many different brands. So it's like I sit back and I learn. And I try to be like, okay, man, don't be one sided. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to be. You know what I'm saying? You can relate to the white people. You can relate to the black people. You can relate to kids. You can relate to everyone.
Right. Make sure
so
everybody
feeling you.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you coming through.
Before
I let you go, I need you to shout out one more time where they can find the project. Shout out all of your social media, all of your, if you're trying to get in contact for anything, just shout out what you want the people to know, show your love, and I'll let you go.
Zaytown Tone, check it in. You can catch me on all platforms at Zaytown Tone. Like I said, just DM me. Actually, my number is on my page or anything. I got another line just so if artists hit me up, stuff like that, I can stay in contact with them and stuff like that. So they just go to my page, hit me up. I got my website, I got everything. So that's it. But like I said,
you heard it here on What's the TSC. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Zaytown Tone for coming through with us tonight. Shout out to you. Thank you. For real.
Like, because a lot of times I know everybody, making you feel good and stuff like that. But for real though, like what you're doing is perfect. It's perfect. Keep doing what you're doing. They don't understand how hard it is, the mental capacity of what you go through, the long nights of staying up, and
it's so funny you said that, right? Because before we pulled up, my homegirl, I had her sitting in the back seat and she was playing music. And it's certain songs I have to listen to the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I have to channel myself before I jump into it. So it's funny you said it because it is a process. I had to tell like play this song real quick because I got to flip a switch real quick because otherwise I'm not going to be right. So it's a process, y'all. I don't just wake up and walk into a bed and I'm Dejan. I was a mother before I got here. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. Just
for real.
When people recognize those small things, that's what makes us keep going.
Oh yeah. Like cause at one point I'd be like, man, I know you be like just like, man, forget it. I'm going to be a accountant. That's how I felt one day.
I'm going back in the field. I'm going to be look, how Terry Crews said, how Terry Crews' wife used to say, I got 2 jobs. My husband, I got a degree. I ain't doing this today. So you know what I'm saying?
That's how I felt like one day. I'm like, man, I'm going back to be an accountant or something. Or, I'm going back to college. But like I said, when you got people hitting me like, man, keep doing your thing, man. You're inspiration and stuff like. You be like, wow, I'm really inspiring people. So, like I said, with you, I love your platform. I love what you do. It's not too many. It is crazy. It's not too many people in South Carolina that's doing what you do. Like I said, I'll be going back to Atlanta pretty soon, but a lot of time it's so much going on down there. Like you can find 5 or 6 different promoters that's doing stuff like that, but with you, it's like I can't really find too many other people that's really the advocate for the artists like that. You surplus, and like I said, and you're gonna be blessed for what you're doing for real. I
appreciate it, man. Thank you, and thank you for coming through, man.
Always.
Got a pound Corona going on. So
I'm gonna come through for my sister. So
most definitely, every show I didn't had, if he was in the vicinity, y'all, he would just pop it. They ain't tell me nothing, just pop out. So
pop up,
I appreciate that type of support, man. And next project you drop, make sure you hit me up so we can get that featured on here.
Definitely, I will.
I man, appreciate you.
Dejan T presents What's the TNSC? What's the TNSC? What's the TNSC? Fuck what you heard about us, cause we the best on the map. One thing we all got in common, we don't play by our respect. Some done ain't with all that talking, Greenwood ain't with all the fake. They talk real shit in McCormick, you might get killed down in Aiken. If you like crazy motherfuckers, Buford bitch is the best. Gotta be cautious in Charleston, they snap like flutter effect. They never lacking in Gaffney, Florence hoes run up a check. Cause all the beef in Columbia about some one baby dad. When you hit Florence, you'll know it, cause they stay blowing the gas. Kershaw bitches pull up quickly, yo, if they action, you addy. The Carolina stay ready, trust and believe we repair it. And if your ass a little scary, then please don't move to Newberry. Niggas real chill, that's from Greer. Man, shit gets real